So we are back with another mock draft via Underdog. We are waiting for about two people waiting for one person so then we can determine our draft pick. This is a very interesting draft just because there's been a lot of injury talk lately. There's been some updates in regards to the fantasy pool. Um, let's see what pick we get, determining and depending on that, we can get started here. So we have the fifth pick, so that's a very, very interesting spot to land in given the injury situation. So Travis Kelce hyperextended his knee today at practice. There was a recent report saying that it is not his ACL is believed to not be injured, so they're going to reevaluate tomorrow and see if he's good to go Thursday. That's a massive, massive update. So most likely he should be limited if he were to play, but he should be probably good to go going towards week 2 and week 3. So is he still going to go at 5 for me? That's really a big, big decision. Um, yeah, so I think in terms of that's sort of the outlook that I personally think for Travis Kelce. Um, uh, he'll probably be limited for maybe in the first half, and then depending on how the game goes, go from there. I don't think he'll be held out completely, given that his ACL is not intact. I mean, they believe no damage has been done to the ACL, so um, so usually he's been getting picked around from 5 to 7. I would say he's getting picked. So just to see how far he'll fall given the injury and to see how the others feel about Travis Kelce, I'm gonna go a different route and take either Eckler or let's see. So Jefferson Chase went, yeah. So I'm gonna go for Austin Eckler. Just to see, I want to see how far Travis Kelce falls. Um, Not that I don't trust him for any matter. It's just I just want to see how other managers and how other people look at him given this injury, just to kind of see what the outlook could be. So C-Mac at 3. If Tyreek Hill falls to me, I'd love to get Tyreek Hill. If not, I'm probably gonna go Austin Eckler here. Just queue him up. Tyreek Hill. So I'm gonna go Austin Eckler. So let's see here. I want to see how far Travis Kelce falls. Let's go high on this experiment. I want to see. See if there's any chats here. Saquon Barkley at 6. That's an early pick given, he's usually a late round flyer. Not late round, late first round flyer. Stephon Diggs at 7. Travis Kelce at 8. Okay, so not that much of a drop off. So maybe Josh Kaiser is big on Travis Kelce still. I mean, rightfully so. It's not like he's, going to miss a game or anything like that. I do think he'll end up playing. Um, so I think he'll be all good to go for week 1. And then he'll be probably back to normal by week 2. So not that much of a drop off, maybe by like 2, 3 picks. So I've seen him go at 8 here and there. So honestly, it's dare I even say it's not that much of an impact. So interesting so far. So but another person to look at is Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp's injury is looking a little bit more severe in terms of when he's going to come back. Obviously, you see it's already into the second round and he's not been taken. Initially, a few weeks ago, he was projected to go in the first round. So Cooper Kupp has fell. And honestly, I took a chance yesterday in one of my drafts, and I took Cooper Kupp. I mean, instant receiver 1, but thankfully I have some guys to make up for it. Drafted a couple, or trying to pick up one of the Rams receivers. So we'll see how that goes. But Cooper Kupp and interesting to see where Jonathan Taylor will fall given his injury. I want to see how much people value him. I picked him up in the 7th round yesterday just because he fell to me. I thought that was good value. So we'll see how Cooper Kupp's injury and Jonathan Taylor's situation pans out. Hopefully, if both those guys are healthy on one of my teams, I feel very good. So Bijan at 10, AJ Brown at 11, CD, Garrett Wilson, Tony Pollard, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, 2 quarterbacks first off the board. So I'm thinking let's go a receiver here. I really like Jalen Waddle. I think I'm gonna go Jalen Waddle. Devonta Cooper Kupp is still on the board. And if Cooper Kupp falls to me in the third round, I would be very inclined to take Cooper Kupp. But I want to get Jalen Waddle just because I know he's a safer pick. There's a lot of boom potential with him. He's in his third year in Miami. There we go. I'm gonna go Jalen Waddle. Um, Eckler and Waddle. I feel pretty good about that tandem. You said, so Cooper Kupp is his ADP is 13.3, so much past that we're at the 21st pick. So we're 8 picks away. I do like Cooper Kupp, him taking him at the third round. But given we don't know the exact extent of his injury, that could be a bit detrimental. He has stayed in Minnesota for a decent amount of time, and the fact that he went from all the way to LA to Minnesota at Mayo Clinic just shows, he's really thinking about something. So I'm gonna honestly stay off of Cooper Kupp just because I don't know what I'm dealing with here. With Kelce, it's like, okay, we know it's not ACL. We know, it's probably just he just banged up his knee. He'll be fine. But with Cooper Kupp, there's not much. But somebody who goes at 212, like MCD 215, picked Cooper Kupp, and he's still a second to third round talent. Okay, so say if he fell to me and I didn't pick him, he probably would have gone maybe immediately after. So he's still looked at as a or viewed as a second to third round player. Ideally, he'll probably be out for this week, and then he'll be good to go for week two. Maybe at most he'll miss another game week two, but we'll see. But the Rams need him. I mean, they're very, very thin offensively. Um, so Josh Allen, third QB to get taken out or taken off the board. So I like Josh Jacobs. I think that gives me two strong running backs right there. And the receiver pool is just so deep, and running backs fall quicker. So I really like Josh Jacobs. So we're 14 picks away. So I'm gonna go all in on a receiver. So tight end, Mark Andrews. So Mark Andrews and Hawkinson could be valued a little bit more now just because of the Kelce situation. So they might be picked maybe a round before than when they were initially projected to go. And George Kittle as well. So George Kittle, I think, is a little banged up to go into week one. I think he had a lingering injury. So his value could decline in this coming draft. So Mark Andrews, there you go. Okay, so third round pick. Yeah, so usually I saw Mark Andrews go at four, in like towards maybe in like mid fourth round. So he's getting picked a slightly earlier. I don't know if that's a pure coincidence or it's generally because of the Travis Kelce situation. Debo Samuel going high. So yeah, that actually helps Debo Samuel because he might get picked high because of George Kittle's situation. So I don't know if there will be a direct impact there, but that's something to think about when you're looking at this draft pool. How do other players' injuries directly affect the players on the team? That really would bump the healthy players on that roster up. So it's something to think about. Then again, you don't want to overvalue these players by picking them, thinking they're going to have the same success as the injured player. But it is important to think about in the back of your head when you think later into the draft too. So we're 6 picks away. I'm definitely going receiver here. I like Mike Williams. Ayuk is not a bad pick either, but let's see who's at tight end. Not gonna lie, given that the tight end situation is pretty prevalent with Travis Kelce's injury, I like TJ Hawkinson, but I would be getting thin at receiver. But I'm not that far away from picks, and I do have some good guys on the board. So let me go TJ Hawkinson. Let's see if he falls to me here. Joe Mixon. How about this? So honestly, I really, really like Mike Williams. If he goes, then I'll take Hawkinson, but I like Hawkinson as well. You know what? I think he'll probably still have a shot. If not Hawkinson, I think I can still get Darren Waller. Oh, Mike Williams just went. Wow, would you look at that? You know what? I'm gonna go TJ Hawkinson. There we go. I feel good about that pick. I wasn't really a big fan of London and Kirk. Um, I thought Hawkinson was a good guy to get at that point. We're 8 picks away. So running backs, I think I'm honestly, let's take a quick look just to see who's there. We still have some good guys we can snag. Brees Hall, um, Aaron Jones. I think Brees Hall will probably go here. Jonathan Taylor going in the fourth round. Wow. I would actually value him a little bit lower than a fourth round pick just because it is 4 games, which is significant. So I think I would want to get somebody a little bit more valuable in the fourth round and maybe save Taylor to maybe like a seventh round pick. I think maybe an eighth round pick wouldn't be bad, but I would like to think he gets picked in the seventh. But yeah, so Brees Hall, there he goes. Aaron Jones, Ken Walker. So running backs, they're kind of dwindling, so I'm not really interested in running backs. So Darren Waller is still on the board. I wouldn't mind taking Darren Waller and doing a tight end for. Oh, there he goes. So I'm gonna lock in on a receiver, and I really like Jahan Dotson. This is a guy I've been really big on. I think he's gonna have a fantastic season. He's that one of those under the radar guys that's not talked about as much because of the team he's on, but I think he's gonna really pop off on Washington. All right, let's see if he falls to me. Yep, Jahan Dotson. I'm going here. So I'm feeling amazing about my team thus far. I got Austin Eckler, Josh Jacobs, 2 strong running backs, no injury concerns thus far. Jalen Waddle, Jahan Dotson looking good to go. TJ Hawkinson, um, third tight end taken off the board. Feeling really good about him. Just got paid, and rightfully so. He had a great year last year. Let's see if he can emulate the success that he had. So I think from here, I would want to look at my quarterback. We're 12 picks away. Usually around the fifth round, the decent amount of them fall. So I would like to think that Trevor Lawrence will fall in the next 12 picks. So I like Tua Tagovailoa. Yeah, let's stick with Tua Tagovailoa. I like Dallas Goedert still here too. So, but I don't think it's good. I think it's fine to not get a tight end. We got T.J. Hawkinson. If Darren Waller was still on the board, I would have definitely snagged him, but he got taken right before. Um, yeah, he got taken right here. So Joe Burrow. So I'll just queue up Trevor Lawrence just for the sake of doing it. I mean, I know I think he's gonna definitely get picked. If not, I mean that's undervalued as hell. So Alexander Madison. So let's see. Hopkins, Justin Herbert got picked. There you go. Terry McLaurin, Javonte Williams, Alexander Madison, Jerry Jeudy, James Cook, Miles Sanders. So Trevor Lawrence, I would like to think he would get picked here in the next 6 picks. Yep, Trevor Lawrence. Tyler Lockett before that. So yeah, I'm still thinking quarterback just because it's good to lock somebody up. Uh, the quarterbacks in the NFC are pretty weak, so there is a decent drop off after I would say after Tua Tagovailoa, there is a significant drop off in quarterbacks. I mean Rodgers, we all know he plays a style where it doesn't appeal to fantasy at least that high or this high in time, like in a 6th round situation. So. Um, I like Tua because of Jalen Waddle as well, so that's definitely a stack I want to have, and I will get it right here. Tua Tagovailoa, Jalen Waddle should be interesting. And we're 8 picks away. So some guys that are still here. George Pickens is still here. Deontay Johnson is a good value pick. And he just got taken. George Pickens will probably get taken as well in the next 7 picks. I like Zay Flowers. Mike Evans, I heard of there's a contract situation going on with him, but I think that both sides are coming into an agreement, so it looks like he'll be staying in Tampa Bay, which won't really affect his fantasy value, but could be a means to an end in Tampa Bay for him after this season. Chris Godwin got taken, yeah, so Mike Evans will probably get taken here. If not, I'm still taking Mike Evans. I mean, this guy has had consistent. I don't think he's had what 10 straight 1,000-yard receiving seasons, and he's had what like maybe 4 or 5 different quarterbacks. I mean, even before Tom Brady. I mean, this guy is going to be hopefully a future Hall of Famer. I think he's a lock in my opinion. I mean, if you have those kind of stats and you have a Super Bowl ring, I mean, and he played well in the postseason, so I like Mike Evans. Watch me not even take him after I just raved about him. um. I mean, if George Pickens and Zay Flowers are still here, I might have to not go Mike Evans. Sorry, Mike Evans, as much as I love you, but because you helped Brady get a ring. I'm going to take George Pickens if he falls to me here. I like George Pickens. So I think next in my third from we're 13 picks away. I'm gonna get a running back here just so I can get somebody that's of good value. I like Pacheco. I'm gonna keep Zay Flowers and Mike Evans on here just in case they land to me. Um, I like Dalvin Cook as well. He's not a bad guy to pick. Um, wow, Kyle Pitts is gonna fall here. I feel like I don't think many people are really big on Kyle Pitts this year. James Conner, Jordan Addison, Brandon Cooks, Sky Moore, Mike Evans. There you go. 7th round. So Zay Flowers will probably get picked here. Pacheco and Cook, I'm eyeing. I would love to get Pacheco just so I have a good guy here at running back. I think I have 2 solid ones so far. Anthony Richardson. Yeah, so I think Pacheco is my best guy here. Kamara, even Kamara wouldn't have been a terrible pick, but given a suspension, but he's not a bad value for an 8th rounder. Given that Taylor was getting valued at 7, and they would both be out the same games, I think, right? Alvin Kamara. Oh, 3 games. Ah, Pacheco. See, I wouldn't mind taking Swift either because that Philadelphia offense is pretty prolific, so I can see creative ways of them incorporating him into the offense. But there is a lot of traffic in Philadelphia. I mean that literally as well. Let's see. If he falls to me, I'll take him. If not, I'll go Dalvin Cook. Michael Thomas. All right, so I like DeAndre Swift. I'll pick him. So we're 8 picks away. So I just wanted to get a running back just to have somebody as insurance. So far, no buy clashing, which is I'm really a fan of. I've had some issues with that in some of the drafts. Obviously, Jalen Waddle and Tua will be on buy, so need to obviously get a different quarterback anyway. So I'm gonna get another receiver here. We're 6 picks away. I like even Pat Fryermuth or Njoku is not a bad pick either. Going double tight end, that would actually be lethal. I like Quentin Johnson, but given that he's not going to be fully into the mix with Joshua Palmer being hailed as WR3, I feel like he won't be as involved in the offense. So I don't want to take Quentin Johnson. I like Rashad Bateman. I like Traylon Burks, but with D Hop there, I feel like his touches could be limited. Plus, I wasn't really a big fan of his production last year. So I'm not a fan of these guys. Rashad Bateman, I like him. I do like Hollywood Brown because he's undisputed wide receiver one. So if Hollywood Brown falls to me, I'm gonna take Hollywood Brown. I think he might go here. Oh, no, he won't. Yep. I really like Marquise Brown. I got two wide receiver ones here and two actually I think Jahan Dotson. I mean Terry McLaurin is I would say a veteran receiver at this point. I think Jahan Dotson is primed to take over that one spot. And even George Pickens with Deontay Johnson. I mean, Deontay Johnson's good, but he's become more of like a second receiver sort of player. I mean, I feel like there could be a little bit of a slip droppage in Deontay Johnson. I feel like George Pickens, given that he's younger and a little bit more explosive, there could be more targets going to him with Kenny Pickett. But I like George Pickens and I like Hollywood Brown, given that DeAndre Hopkins is gone. He is the number one receiver on that Arizona Cardinals team. Kyler Murray will get it to him or whoever's at the helm. I'm not too sure about Kyler Murray's injury, but I like my pick so far. And even if I have a couple of WR2s on respective rosters on the teams, I have TJ Hawkinson backing me up at receiver, and I got two great running backs, and then I have DeAndre Swift as insurance. So I'm really liking my offense thus far. Um, we're 9 picks away. I want to go a little bit more on tight end. Running backs, I think I'm honestly good. Maybe I'll try to snag like a McKinnon or a Shawnee later on, but I'm going receiver here. I just want to take a look at the tight ends and see who's still there. Dalton Kincaid, I can get a tight end later. I'm happy with Hawkinson for now. So yeah, I'm gonna go and, and get a wide receiver. So let's see who's fallen here to me. Um, Bateman is still on the board. Surprised with his. Actually, I think he's around. He's valued around this pick. Yeah, actually, we are past his ADP, so he's actually fallen. So Quentin Johnson just got picked here. Zach Charbonnet. Oh, a comment from CJ or Chris. Hello, would you start Khalil Herbert, Javante Williams, Charbonnet, or Dotson at the flex this week, half PPR? Um, that's a good question. So I wouldn't start Zach Charbonnet just because I wanna Ken Walker's a running back one, so I wouldn't take a chance on Charbonnet just yet. Let's just see where we are. So I'm 2 picks away, so I will give you my analysis. Um, after I make my pick here. But yeah, definitely I'll kind of try to do a little multitasking here, but I wouldn't start Charbonnet, I would pick. I would honestly go either Dotson or Khalil Herbert, just because Khalil Herbert is the number one pick in. Here, let me pick my guy real quick. I'm gonna go Rashad Bateman just because I like his value. 8 picks away. So yeah, just to continue, I I know Khalil Herbert has a lot of value there because I saw some spurts with him with David Montgomery being hurt last year. So I know that there's value there. So I would go Khalil Herbert or Jahan Dotson just because I'm really excited about Jahan Dotson. And given that Justin Fields is a running quarterback, we might see a lot of that from him. So I would go Jahan Dotson, honestly, Chris. I think that would be my guy, just because I see a lot of boom value with him. I see a connection there with Sam Howell coming. Um, and yeah, I think that would be a good guy to get, Jahan Dotson. I don't know if you're still on, but hope that helps. So we're 3 picks away. Rashad Bateman. So let's see who's there for tight end. Actually, I don't really want a tight end right now. Let's see who's there for running back. Running back, I like Jerick McKinnon, but I'm really not interested in getting another running back at this point. Um, I'm gonna go Jacoby Myers. Or actually, I'm gonna go Zay Jones. Just because I trust Trevor Lawrence more than Jimmy Garoppolo. So we're 11 picks away. So we're 4 picks away. Geno Smith, Van Jefferson got picked a little earlier than compared to later. Tank Bigsby, Ken Gainwell, Myers, Shawnee, Elijah Mitchell, Higby, Schultz, Roshan Johnson, Ferguson, and Marquez Valdes-Scantling. So I like running back here. I like Rashi Rice as well. Yeah, I like Rashi Rice here. And then I'll get a running back in the go around. Yeah, Rashi Rice here. So I got a decent amount of running backs. So let me build on quarterback, getting another running back and another tight end. So I got some solid receivers. I like Deion Jackson. I like Tajay Spears, and I like Condre Miller. Let me try to get Deion Jackson here. Or actually, I really like Kareem Hunt. I know I'm getting him a little early, but I'm gonna go Kareem Hunt because he's been getting picked earlier than some ADPs. So I'm gonna take him right here. So 3 picks away. So Kareem Hunt received 4 offers from 4 teams. So I really like that, and that was 6 days ago. So he'll honestly might be on a team by week 3 or 4. So I like stashing him here. Let's see if he falls to me here. Yep, love that pick. I'm a really big fan of that. So I got Eckler, Jacobs, Swift, and Kareem Hunt and my receivers. I think I'm loaded here. I got Jalen Waddle, Jahan Dotson, George Pickens, Marquise Brown, Rashad Bateman, Zay Jones, and Rashee Rice. And I got TJ Hawkinson at tight end, which is my anchor. And I got Tua Tagovailoa. So I'm gonna definitely. I think I'm all set on running backs here. So I'm gonna go receiver. Actually, no, I don't even think I need a receiver at this point. I'm gonna go another tight end and another quarterback. So Darnell Mooney, Juwan Johnson, Cole Kmet. Cole Kmet, Sam Howell, Tajay Spears, Michael Gallup. Jalen Hyatt. Gerald Everett. So we're 5 picks away. Let's get a quarterback here. I like Kenny Pickett just because George Pickens, if not Derek Carr. I like both those guys. So let's get a good quarterback here. Kenny Pickett, wow. All right, I'm going Derek Carr. Where he picks away, so let's lock in a good tight end here. And I like Irv Smith. No bye week problems either. Rondale Moore, Deion Jackson. Wow, I actually valued him a little more. 14th round pick, so something to keep in mind for my draft tomorrow. Greg Dulcich, yeah, so I like Irv Smith. I think he'll fall to me. If not, then I don't mind taking one of these guys down here. But I like Irv Smith because of Joe Burrow, so let's see if he falls. Ah, yeah, so would have been a great pick there, honestly. But I like Taysom Hill. Listed as QB heading into week one. Would you look at that? So I'm gonna stay away from Taysom Hill because I know fantasy won't give you that glitch that one week when Taysom Hill was the quarterback, but he was put in the tight end position or flex or whatever. That was great. Um, I'm gonna go Tyler Conklin here, or honestly, instead of Tyler Conklin, I'm gonna go Hunter Henry. I like that pick there. So I'm feeling pretty good about my team. So I'll give a full breakdown of the roster once we sort of get almost finished up here. So Dante Foreman, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Brock Purdy, Robert Woods, Jeff Wilson, and Jerome Ford all have been picked. So for my receivers, I like Justin Ross. Yeah, I like Justin Ross. And I like Puka Nakua as well. That might be a little bit of a reach, but he might be into that. He might be really put into that offense. He might be a little bit of reach. Maybe I can wait on him. I like Shaheed as well. I wouldn't mind getting Shaheed if he falls to me. Puka Nakua, wow. Devin Singletary. Or instead of Shaheed, I like Samuel. Just because, if Jahan Dotson, if something happens, Curtis Samuel would give me that insurance. So I'm gonna go him. Or I could go even Shaheed because of Carr, but you know what? I'm gonna go Rashid Shaheed because Curtis Samuel is getting a little older. So I'm gonna take the younger guy here. And for my guy that's coming in 7 picks. Let's see what's my tight end situation here. I like Sean Tucker. I think I got 8 receivers. I think I'm good. So I'm gonna get Sean Tucker here. I think this would be my second to last pick. Yep. So I'll get one more running back, and then let me get another quarterback. I like Sean Tucker, so I'm gonna take him. So all in all, I'm very, very happy with my team. I think I got some great value guys here. I'm gonna get a tight end to round it out, and we should be good. Tyler Conklin's still here, so I'm surprised. I think this 18th round is the last pick, so we're pretty much wrapped up here. Probably get a tight end, we'll round it out, and then I'll do a little bit of a roster debrief, and then that's all we'll have for today. So for a tight end, I'll go Isaiah Likely here. I like that value pick there. In case Mark Andrews goes down, potential tight end one. So yeah, I'm feeling really, really solid about this team. 2 quarterbacks, 5 running backs, 8 receivers, and 3 tight ends. So we're pretty much wrapped up here. So let's do a little roster breakdown. So we got Tua Tagovailoa and Derek Carr. I like both of those picks. I think Tua is a great quarterback and could have a great year if he stays healthy. And I like the stack that I'll be explaining later. And we got Derek Carr. I think that's a good value backup there. Austin Eckler, prime to have a great season. Josh Jacobs could hit his prime this year. He could have a breakout season. DeAndre Swift, good insurance value on the Philadelphia offense. Kareem Hunt, a bit of a reach, but we don't know what his situation will be. I think he'll end up on a team soon, so I like that value there that he would bring to a team instantly. Sean Tucker Slater is a running back too. Given the injuries we've already seen without even a game being played yet, I like Sean Tucker as a backup to be stashed. So I like my running backs all together. Receivers, I think, is really deep. We got Jalen Waddle, so him with Tua Tagovailoa will be a really great stack on my team, and I got Jahan Dotson at receiver too. I got George Pickens, Hollywood Brown. I think one, two, three, four. These 4 guys I think are very core of my receiver. I think they're all great value picks. They all can score. They all can get a lot of yards. And hopefully, if these guys all stay healthy, I'll be a solid team. I got Zay Jones, Rashi Rice, and Rashid Shaheed to round it out. 3 guys that have a lot of boom potential, have had a lot of great spurts. So I'm confident in these 3 guys. And overall, in my receiving core, I think it's very, very deep. There's a lot of different ways they can hurt you with this roster. And then I got TJ Hawkinson at my tight end. So I have another great asset at tight end as well. If one of these receivers were to flop. So I got that to fall back on. So I'm pretty feeling pretty confident. I got Hunter Henry and Isaiah Likely as some backup. So I'm feeling good about that. So all in all, I'm pretty happy and satisfied with my roster. I didn't want to go Travis Kelce initially to avoid the injury. I also wanted to see how far he fell. Cooper Kupp ended up getting taken in the early, I think it was early third round or late second round. So his drop off was slid down to about there. Curious to see what his update will be in tomorrow. I think that'll really affect how draft day will be tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day to draft players as the season kicks off on Thursday. So ideally, all the teams of fantasy owners should be set tomorrow. So I'm really excited to see how that finishes out. So I think that's all. That's all we have for now. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and please give us a follow on TikTok and Instagram. Take care.